Hello, I'm Webb, Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas, and I'm glad for you to join me today. You know, last year when my headlight went out in my car and they wanted $150 to replace the headlight, I had no idea how to replace that headlight. So I went to YouTube and looked it up, and it took me step by step so that I would understand how to replace the headlight. And believe it or not, I did it and saved $150. The light bulb only cost me $9. But that gave me an idea that we should do a video on the meetings that you're getting ready to preside at so that you will make those as efficient as possible. Sarah Jo has sent you 3 suggested agendas through email. She has also sent you some numbers of individuals, delegates, members that you will elect. And when you saw all of this, you immediately became confused because you interchanged the word convention with committee, with special convention, with Old County Committee and New County Committee. So we're going to walk through these to where you will hopefully understand and this can be efficient as possible. Well, we have now finished the primary on March the 3rd, and we're in a position that you can have your biennial county convention, your special county convention, and a meeting of the new county committee. Fortunately, the legislature changed the law last year so that we could have all of these meetings in one night. And let me start first with the first thing that you should do. Well, maybe not the first thing you should do. You should send out a notice saying when and where these meetings will occur. And as I recall the rules, you have to send that notice out at least 10 days in advance. So once you have gathered, you will first have a meeting of the present county committee. The present county committee that will wrap up any business that it has, conclude the old business, any new business. But one of the most important things that it can do, the old county committee can add members to the delegation to the biennial county convention and the special county convention. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as you know, your county committee is allocated a certain number of members. A county committee might be allocated 150 members, but during the filing period back in November, let's say you had 75 people file for those 150 member positions. Well, at this point, and especially under the rules at this time, you could actually add 75 more members to bring you to the total of 150 members. Now, it would be up to the county committee to decide whether you want to charge them a filing fee or not, what requirements you would have, but they would not have to meet the usual 2-meeting requirement. All that would need to be done is that their names would be submitted in a motion to the county committee. The county committee would vote to add them to the delegation following the primary election. Now let's look at the agenda for the biennial county convention. It's my understanding that only one county has a runoff in a non-judicial race, and I believe that is Benton County. So they cannot convene their biennial county convention until April 1st, and it must conclude its business by May 31st or meet prior to May 31st. But all of the counties that do not have a runoff can meet in their biennial county convention beginning March the 4th. And that's important because I would say all but maybe 1 or 2 county committees can go ahead and meet. The county secretary, and I'm looking at the agenda itself, number 2, the county secretary calls the roll of delegates to the county convention who were elected in the Republican primary election. Those are the people who filed during the filing period to be a precinct committeeman. So that's that list. And or elected following the primary election by the county committee to fill a vacancy in the delegation to the county convention. That group is the group that the old county committee may have added as members, as delegates to the convention. So the names are going to be read off. All of those who filed, plus all of those whose names were added at the old county convention. So that is the role of the biennial county convention. You go through the process of electing a temporary chair and a temporary secretary. Unfortunately, that's Robert's Rules of Order, and we follow that. And I know it seems odd, but we're just trying to follow Robert's Rules of Order, which are required under our rules. Then if you go down to number 10, the permanent chair or permanent secretary reads the list of persons elected as nominees for the county, township, and municipal offices and lists all candidates for county committee members. Now, what's that? You may have some JPs who were elected. You may have some constables that were elected or nominated at the primary. Then once again, you read that group of delegates, as we said in number 2. Then the chair asks for a motion that they be declared winners, having been elected either opposed or unopposed. That's very important that be done. That motion be made and seconded and passed. Then if you look at 11 and 12, you will nominate your new state committee man and state committee woman, and they will not take office until ratified by the state convention on July the 18th, when we will meet at the Benton Event Center in convention. Number 13, the chair asks for nominations for delegates and alternate delegates to the state convention and calls for a vote. Now, most county committees that I know of will not elect those individually. They will develop a list and will elect all delegates at one time and all alternates at one time, rather than going through a process of nominating and seconding 45 different people. Okay? Those of you who have done it understand it. If you have questions, I know that Sarah Jo will be able to answer that. Just email her or call her. If there's any proposed changes in the rules of the county committee, the biennial county convention can make those. And then when you get to adjournment, what we would ask you to do is adjourn subject to recall. Because in the event there's a need to call the convention back to nominate someone because of a vacancy in nomination, we want to be able to bring that county convention back together. So that is the biennial county convention. We need the results of that convention by May 31st so that we can use the delegates and alternates that you've elected to give them the call to the state convention. Then we will go to a meeting of the special county convention, and that must occur between March the 9th and April the 10th. Once again, can occur on the very same night as the old county committee, the biennial county convention, and now we're into our third meeting. I hope you're getting a per diem for all these meetings that you're attending. But special county convention is strictly designed for the process of electing delegates to the Republican National Convention that will be held the last week in August in Charlotte. So you as a county chairman can look and see, you go through that process of electing temporary chair, temporary secretary. I know that some of you will just say, let's just elect the ones that we elect before and just get that recorded in your minutes, and we're going to be happy with that. Just follow the process. Now the chair will call for nominations for delegates to the special district convention, and we'll call for a vote. But let's talk about that a moment before you do that. The special district convention in each of the 4 congressional districts will occur on May the 2nd. You'll have to check with your district chairman to find out the location and the time of those meetings. But that convention will elect 3 delegates and 3 alternates to the Republican National Convention to be held in August. I want to quickly add, because someone will always ask, does the state Republican Party pay for your way to the National Convention? Do we pay for your flight? Do we pay for your hotel room? Do we do this? No, we don't do any of that. That's up to you to do. So don't run and seek that if you cannot afford to attend. The other thing that we need to emphasize, you should not be a delegate to the special district convention if you're a member of the state committee, because the state committee will elect 25 delegates and alternates, and you don't get to vote twice on delegates and alternates. So who's a member of the state committee? Hopefully you know that, but a state committee man, a state committee woman, present one, a president of a Republican women's group, college Republicans group, county chairman, officers of the party, legislators, congressmen, constitutional officers, just to name a few, are already members of the state committee, so they should not be delegates to the special district convention. Certainly, any of those people can be elected as a delegate from the congressional district, but they can't vote at that event. The chairman will have the process. It's in the Republican National Committee rules. I believe those are posted on our website if you want to read the rules for electing delegates from Arkansas to the National Convention. The number of delegates to the special district convention from your county has been previously furnished to you, the county chairman. If you don't have it, if you deleted it, if it went into your spam, if you'll contact Sarah Jo, she will have that list again for you. So that's the purpose of the special county convention, is to elect those delegates and alternates to the special district convention. Now let's go to the last meeting of the night. The last meeting of the night is the meeting of the new county committee. Who is the new county committee? Well, it is that group of individuals who filed during the filing period, and if any were added to fill the vacancies in the delegation to the county convention, that is the membership of the new county committee. And I know some of you may have questions about that, but that's the process. This is not a social organization. It is a group of individuals that were elected through the primary system, who paid a filing fee or were added by the convention to become members of the new county committee. So the new county committee will meet. We do not elect a chairman. Chairmen are not elected. Permanent chairmen are not elected till January after the election. So the present county chairman runs this meeting, calls the meeting to order. The present county secretary records the minutes. We don't have to go through the process of electing a temporary chairman and secretary. You can see that in the minutes. And you will nominate your district committee man and district committee woman, and elect district committee members by numbered positions. And that number of individuals will have been furnished to you by Sarah Jo, our executive director, as well. Now, this group of district committee members does not serve at the special district convention. That's different, but they will be the new district committee when the chairman of the district committee calls that meeting at some time later this year. That's the purpose of that meeting, and any other business the county committee wishes to consider, they may do so. Once they have concluded their business, that is the new county committee. and they can conclude their business and adjourn that meeting as appropriately. I hope this has been helpful. You may have to look at this more than once. New terminology, but good terminology. If you don't understand something completely, go to the Republican Party of Arkansas rules that are on the website and help learn the process of how we do this. So, best of luck, and let's re-elect President Donald Trump. Thank you.